friends, I'm Jody. Welcome back to This Beaded Life. I'm really happy you guys are here with me. It's a holiday weekend. It's Saturday. I still have the rest of today and 2 more days off. And I don't have to go back to work till Tuesday, so I'm super excited to have this time off. I've spent the last 2 mornings canning with my mom, and it's been fantastic. I've been so happy. So we canned tomatoes so we can use them in the winter to make our chili. I've made tomato bisque from it. I've made pasta sauce from it. And of course, like, goulash and, stuff like that. All the yummy winter things that we love so much. So, but enough of that. So today what we have is mail came and I had some stuff in here. So today we're going to open up the Jesse James Beads Magical Mystery Bead Box for August. Yes, for August. And we're going to take a peek at it and design something. I don't have any idea what's in here. Nobody else has posted anything, right? Because we can't really post for a couple more days yet, but I can't wait to open it. So let's go ahead and get it open and take a peek at it, and you'll see it soon. Okay, my friends, I just cut it open and we're going to tear into it here. Let's get that flipped over. Oh, it doesn't have a label like it normally does. That's okay. We don't need no label. All right, let me get this not upside down and let's open it. Ooh, I think I might like this one a lot, you guys. The Pony Express. Let's see. So there's our list of everything that's in there. It looks like they give you like if you subscribe, they give you like a little coupon. So I'm not going to share that. I'm sorry. I can't share that. You have to be a subscriber. But good news is if you want to subscribe, go to the description. I have a link there and a coupon code that saves you $10 off your first month. So that's a really good deal. All right, well, I'm just going to put that off to the side and we're going to open this up. Wow, look at this stuff, you guys. These are great colors. Oh my gosh, look at this. Oh, that's cute. These are all wood beads. Oh my gosh, look at that little boot. Oh my goodness, this is darling. Okay, we need to look at everything, right? So I'm just gonna scoot the box over to the side. And I'm going to scoop my little list off to this side and we're going to get going on it. So I also need like a couple of trays. I've got all my mail sitting on top of my trays. Hold on, that doesn't help me at all. 1 second here. That does not help us at all in this matter, does it? Okay, there we go. Brought out some little trays. All right, so the first thing we have, and I want to look at this. This is the Saddle Up Wood Bead Mix. How stinking cute. All right, let's get this opened. We're just gonna dump it right in there and let's take a look. So we have some really nice, I think these are like 14 millimeter wood beads with that really nice brown tone. There's some really nice wood grain in here. Look at how pretty that is. That's really pretty. And then we have some naked beads. So, if you wanted to, you could leave them as is, or if you have some acrylic paints or vintage paints, you can definitely do that. And then here's some little tiny small ones like that. These are about an 8 millimeter. We have some naked flower ones too that you could paint the petals if you wanted to, or just leave them the way they are. We have black ones like that, some brown ones like that. Look at these cute little stripes. I like these a lot too. These are really cool. And we have some like rectangular barrels, and then my favorite thing in here, look at these cowboy boots, you guys. Look at the design on the cowboy boots. Oh my gosh, are these ever cute? And of course, it's both sides. Those would make the most adorable earrings, you guys. Oh, how adorable. That is so stinking cute. All right, so we're gonna lay this here. Whoa, stay here. That wasn't smart. Maybe I should. Maybe I should have done that. There we go. Put them on here. Just so I don't lose them. There we go. All right, so that's Saddle Up. Super cute. Then we have Lone Star, where is it? Lone Star Focal and Connector Set. Let's take a peek at these. These are actually, oh my goodness, these are actually like fabric. Oh my gosh, you guys, these are so stinking cute. Oh my goodness, and they have the little jump rings on them so you can connect it. These are adorable. Look at this. Look at how cute. Oh my gosh, that would be so adorable. And then here's this really pretty silver connector. Oh my gosh, is that ever cute? It looks like a little serving tray. Really, really cute. Oh my gosh, I love it. I love that. You know, they are so creative over there at Jesse James Beads, like ridiculously creative. All right, next we have Into the Sunset bead strand. It's a double bead strand, you guys, which is even better. It's 2 times better than a single bead strand. Oh, awesome. Look at these glass beads. So we have some beige hearts, like some ivory hearts. Got some really beautiful green squares. This reminds me of like faded denim blue jeans. We got like a little bit of smoky blue here in the hexagons. We have some beautiful champagne drops, and we have some more like a faded denim color coins. Those are really, really pretty. This is nice. Look at that. Look at all the sparkle that is happening in that. Beautiful. All right, next we have Monument Valley bead mix. I like to just kind of like turn this over, and look, there's like not even like a wasted space in here. All right, oh, that's right, we tape. They tape it so that we don't lose all of our beads into the box and have to go chasing them around and all that good stuff. So let's just untape it. They take good care of the beads that go into their boxes. Nope. You know, I've been doing this for a while. You'd think I would remember that they used a little bit of tape to make sure that it stays secure. There we go. And I will dump this onto a tray so we can take a look at this bead mix. Because we have some cubes, we have some faceted rounds, we have some drops and some ovals and some little tiny rounds. And you know, these are the colors that we have. So we have some ambers, some ivory, some of the, like that, oh my goodness, like the AB finish, Lila Vega or something like that. And then we have this really, really nice, like almost like a chambray blue, and these really pretty like little peachy pink corally colored beads. I like this bead mix. This is really pretty. I love a good bead mix, guys. I'm obsessed with a good bead mix. All right, next we have, oh, I have a cat knocking stuff down. This is called Cactus Farm Specialty Beads. Okay, well, let's see what Cactus Farm beads are all about. Oh, they're like little prickles. Oh my gosh, these are adorable. Okay, there's a little jump ring right here. And what it looks like to me is like, it's a bunch of like little tiny, teeny, tiny spiky beads all like sewn together. These are so cute. Oh my goodness. Would you look at those? They're adorable. Oh my gosh. We're gonna put them over here. That's fun. I mean, who comes up with that? I mean, so brilliant. All right, so then we have a metal mix, and this one is called Yeehaw. And let's see what's all in here. Oh, we got a little mix of metals, and that's why they call it a metal mix, Jody. All right, so we have some of these flat square spacers. We got the round, all the like little flat ones. These are cute. These beads are really adorable. There's just some really nice, you get silver and antique bronze in here. Really, really nice little assortment. I like that they're using a lot of silver in this one, and then like also giving you some antique bronze to give you some options. And you can even mix and match, because look at how nice they all look together. They look fabulous together. And then we have, okay, this one's called High Noon Seed Beads. I'm not going to open this, but these are little bitties. I believe they look like 15 O's. They're tiny, but they're a nice frosted glass, which I really like. So you're getting that nice like antique look, right? So kind of cool. I like that. And it's in that really pretty mustard yellow. Hold on, I got a cat that's acting a fool. Okay, I bet you guys beads that she's gonna want back in. All right, next we have Wild West bead strand. Oh, I can already tell I'm gonna love this one. All right, pull this out of here. Oh, come on. There we go. All right, so let's take a look at this one closer, shall we? So it looks like we have some really cute little rhinestone beads here. This is like a nice, really pretty gray. You got some bead caps and spacers. You got a bead frame. This Aztec looking, Southwestern looking metal bead. We got some little rhinestone blue beads, some blue ceramic, some more rhinestone beads. So this is actually kind of like reminding me of, do you guys know the Neil Diamond song? Rhinestone Cowboy. Yes, that's what this is kind of reminding me of. Look at how cool this is. This is a really awesome bead strand. I love it. And it's so funny, like I don't use bead frames very much, but when I get them, I get so excited. And I have some bead frames, but I forget that I have them until I get something that has bead frames on it. And I'm like, oh, I have bead frames. So yeah, so this is really fun. This is a beautiful set. I love this. I love the colors in this. This is really, really cool. All right, and it looks like we've got some chain. We have two different metal chains, which is really cool because Jesse James Beads has really fun chain. And it looks like what we have, oh, come on out of there. The first one is Rodeo, and this is an antique silver paperclip chain, which paperclip chain is really fun to use. You can do a lot of things with it, or you can do nothing with it at all and leave it very minimal. Totally up to you. And sometimes they include like a clasp on some of these, but I think this one just has the split ring. Yeah, it just has the little, or the jump ring on it right here. But you can absolutely just put a clasp on it and walk away and just have this really, really cute little necklace, or just do one little focal on it. You don't have to do a lot with these, but you can do a lot with these. So there's the silver. And then one more piece in here in this box. We have one more chain. And we have Gold Rush metal chain. And it's another paperclip chain in this antique gold. It looks very, very antique bronze to me, but I love this. I think it's more of an antique bronze anyway, but it's just called Gold Rush. So that's cool because I don't really actually have a lot in the antique bronze for chain. I have a lot of antique copper because antique copper has been one of my favorites for a long time. So it's really refreshing to get some antique bronze. I just don't have it. So here is everything for this month, you guys, for Jesse James Beads Magical Mystery Bead Box. And I really feel like I could do a lot with this, you guys. There's so much going on. And remember, it's called the Pony Express. So there she is. All right, guys, let's take a peek at this a little bit closer and see what I think I might want to use. So, I for sure, oh gosh, you guys, there's so many cool things in this. Like, I just want to use everything right now all at once. So I think that I am like super drawn to these guys, right? These are so stinking cute. So we are definitely going to need to make like a little pair of earrings with the boots. Definitely going to do that. I tell you what we're going to do. I'm going to put some of the stuff that we're going to use in here, my pumpkin. So we'll definitely use that. I also think it would be really fun to, I don't know, maybe even to hang these, like one of these from the bottom of the boot. Like the little cactus thing. That's cute. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. But I do want to make a bracelet. And I saw this and I'm like, okay, this is just so adorable, isn't it? That would make such a fun bracelet. But then I'm like, I also would like to use those in a necklace later. And we have this one. That's a cool connector. I really do like that a lot too. Feels very flat, which is okay. All right, so I'm having a difficult time because I always have such a hard time deciding what I want to do. I think we definitely want to play with this little bead mix though. I love this bead mix. And I think we're going to use that along with our boots so we can make some earrings. But I think I'd also like to make a really cute little bracelet. So I think what we'll do, oh, the decision is so hard. Oh my gosh, I hate decisions. All right, I think what we'll do is I'm really liking this blue here. I'm even loving these little hearts. Oh my gosh, maybe these hearts. That would look so cute. Oh my goodness. Okay, so we're gonna cut this out. Hold on, let me find my cutters here. Let's cut this open because I really would like to use the hearts to make, you know, to use along with my boots. And I'm just going to tie this back up until I decide to put this in a container. I'm not going to do it right now. You guys have seen me do it a million times. Today, we're just not going to do that, but I'll do it later on. All right. So I'm taking both of those blue ones off and the heart. I'm just setting it in our tray. And just tie this back up. Just do a little knot here. I really think I want to use one of those flowers. It's so precious. Oh my gosh, so cute. Let's see if I can do this without taking 30 years to do it. Oh, so on my way to my mom's this morning, usually I won't stop and get like a coffee or anything. I love to get a coffee, you guys. I do love to do it, but I hate spending money on it because like it can be pricey, you know? But today, for some reason, because there was such a nice like chill in the air this morning, I'm like, ooh, I need to get my first pumpkin spice latte of the season. And so I did. I went and got my pumpkin spice latte and I was pretty happy about it. All right. I think I might do one of these because this is so cute. And then I could save two of them to do on a necklace. But this is really just so pretty. I love it. Absolutely love it. All right, so we're going to put her in our dish. We just need one of those. I think we're going to want to use a couple wood beads, but I kind of want to use these black ones here just to bring in some dark to some of the light. And then we're going to use this nice little bead mix. And I'm going to keep the metal mix out front and forward so we can decide if we want to use any of this stuff as well. Keep that handy. And I think also I'm not going to use any chain. I think we'll be okay not using any chain. for this round, but I don't think I'm going to use any of this yet either. Yeah, I don't think so. All right, so I'm gonna pick up. We already know we're gonna use some of this. We're gonna use this, and we're gonna use some of this, and I'll be right back, and we'll get going. Okay, let's get ourselves all set up here. So I have this beautiful bead mix. We have the metals. I'm just gonna dump the metals here, and we know we're gonna use these for our earrings. And I know I already said I want to use these hearts for the earrings. I'm not sure exactly how I want to do it. If I want the hearts like coming down like this. Really, really cute. And for our bracelet, I picked out some of these to be like our feature beads. Oh, that was something just falling. It's fine. Everything's okay. I don't even know what it was, honestly. Something fell, but it sounded like it was wood, so it's probably okay. All right, so we have all these lovelies. Oh my gosh, this is so darling, you guys. I can't get over that. And that is going to be such a cute bracelet. Oh my gosh. Look at how cute that's going to be. That is so sweet. Oh my gosh, I love it. Okay, so, and then we have these I know for sure that we're going to put in our bracelet. I feel like in our bracelet, we're going to need some of these little colors. I love this like corally, peachy pink color. We're gonna need some of those. I'm thinking I would like these cubes too. So I think we're gonna put those cubes in here somewhere because they're really cute. I think I have enough of the blue that I don't need to add any of these blue ones. But we do have some little babies that I think are really sweet. These little drops like these. These are really cute, and we'll use those just as like your regular beads in there. So I think I want to use those. I'm also like eyeballing like some more of these like little flower beads because they're really, really adorable too. And it just kind of goes with the whole like flower like theme here. I think it's really, really adorable. Super duper adorable. So I think I'm just going to gather a few of those up. And then I think for these, like I really love the little heart, but I kind of feel like I want the heart up here. I don't want it looking like you're stomping on somebody's heart, right? We don't want that. So if we did the little hearts up here, and then maybe if we did like this is kind of fun, or we could use wire to do this and hang this like below. That's kind of cute to make our boot like the center focal. This might be a really cute idea. We'll have to play around with that and see. So I'm just going to move those over there. We may end up using more of these little beads. I'm not really sure yet. But I do know that this is going to be our focal for our yeah, you know, for our thing. For our bracelet. You guys, I'm having a hard time like speaking today. So I'm going to just reach over here beside me because I was very convenient about how I was placing items. And I'm going to reach into my container of wire and pull out some soft flex in satin silver. We're going to use the silver with that. And I am also going to grab a couple soft flex crimp tubes, sorry, not bead tubes, crimp tubes. And then also, let me see, what do I want to use for a clasp, you guys? I'm trying to think of what I want to use for a clasp. So I have options. I even have button options, you guys. Like I got some of these like really, like look at how adorable like this little button is. So we could do a button clasp and use some of the seed beads that came in with this to do our loop on the one side. But I think I don't think I'd want to use blue because I think that is just too on point. Like I think I would want to use, like maybe we do like the little pink bird. That's adorable. Tell me that's not cute. Or I have, oh, this one's pretty. And these are just like really thin wood beads, you guys. Not beads, buttons. These actually, you guys, I got these a long time ago on Temu, and they're just so much fun, and they're really, really super inexpensive. So, I mean, you can get like, it's like 100 for like $1. And, you know, if you've ever used buttons to like do crafts with, I mean, they're like perfect. You can glue these on things. I mean, they're just fun. So I don't know. I'm trying to decide which one I like best. I kind of feel like the pink just gives you like a little punch. And it's really cute. But this one kind of feels more like what this is. Oh, I'm having a hard time, you guys. I think I'm going to go with the flower. Okay, let's put the little birdie away. All right, so we're going to do a flower clasp, a button clasp. And so that means I'm going to get my Jesse James beads back out real quick. And I'm going to get that really pretty seed beads out because we're going to use that to make our loop for our button. And so that'll be a lot of fun. All right, so now it comes to the stringing wire. So this is going to be two sides, right? Because we're going to have some stringing wire coming out of here and out of the side, right? So we're definitely going to do that. But first I want to make sure that these jump rings are like truly, truly closed all the way. Yeah, we're good. This one needs to be closed a little bit more. Get my other pliers here. And just close that a little bit more. There we go. That looks much better. Okay. And you know, if you didn't like that it has gold jump rings on it, you could always change those out, but it's absolutely not necessary. Sometimes it's fun just to have like a little mix. It doesn't matter. All right, so we're going to take some of this off. Now, most of the time for a bracelet, I would just measure around my wrist, right? Which is fine to do. But now remember, we're going to be cutting this, so we're going to have like this is what, about 2 inches, probably 3 inches maybe. So we're going to go out a little bit because we're going to need one side to make a beaded loop for our button, okay? So this is going to look really weird what I'm doing here, but I'm imagining what I'm going to need. I'm imagining what I'm not going to need. I will give you a measurement, and I'm hoping that I'm right because I am not very good at measurements, like figuring out what I need by math. I'm figuring out by what I need by sight. Some of you may be better at the math part, but hopefully I got it. So this is 16 inches, so that's going to be way long enough for what we need. Yes, we're good. Okay, the other thing is I'm probably going to need more than 2 crimp tubes because I wasn't thinking. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to start on one end, and I'm going to cut my bead stringing wire when I'm done doing 1/2 of my bracelet. All right, so we're just going to do this and put our crimp on here. And I'm going to go through this little guy. And I'm not worried about putting anything over this. This is soft flex, so the wire is like super, super good, super heavy duty. Just if you've never used soft flex medium, the soft flex medium is a 49 strand. It does have a test strength of 26 pounds. The diameter of it is 0.48 millimeters, so it's a really nice, nice durable bead stringing wire. And we're just going to get sneak kind of close to that jump ring, right? Because we don't want it to be too much of a gap in between everything. and just kind of sneak as close as we can. And there, I made my loop really teeny tiny. And now I'm just going to come in with these are my magical crimpers. And there's a lot of great tutorials out there. Becky has one, Jennifer has one on how to use these really well, and I've watched them over and over. But the key thing is practicing, guys, and using the correct, you want to use really good crimp tubes with these. So I have it in the little hole, and I'm just going to squish it down. And if you look at it, it makes like a nice little square. I know my thing doesn't focus very well. Makes a nice little square. And then if you take it and turn it on its side and put it back in that same space and crimp it down, and now you just got rid of your little square and you got more of like an oval type shape with some little spiky ends. But now we're going to put that back in the hole, and we're just going to turn the wire as we gently crimp. Until we get our nice little round bead. So there it is. So now we have a nice little crimp that doesn't look, weird or anything. It looks nice. So we're going to put that right there. And then we are going to start putting on our cute little beads. So I think what I would like to start with is probably, I'm thinking one of these, either like this little peachy pink corally glass faceted rondelle. And sometimes they fit over both strands, sometimes they don't. This one doesn't look like it's going to. So we're just going to trim off our excess wire here. And we're just gonna get down as close as we can to that crimp and just trim that right off. All right, and then I think after that, I would like to use one of these little metal flowers. That's really adorable. And then we can do, let's come in with some of our bigger ones. So we have this really pretty big coin bead in like that really pretty blue. And then after that, I feel like we need to do one of these little guys. And then let's maybe do our flower, our little wood flower. Oh my gosh, is that ever cute? And then we could do another one of these. And then let's do our other coin. Now I feel like this is gonna be long enough. So in order to test that, I know the flower is gonna be my center, and I want this to come around and kind of like imagining where my clasp is going to be. It should be like the center of my wrist underneath. So the ending of my beads ended right about here. I know that I could probably do just a tiny little bit more right here before I put my button on. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to put this little flower. Oops, sorry, I didn't mean to hit the little camera here. And then we are going to put one more of these. I didn't use any of those cubes, you guys. I didn't use a single cube. That's okay. Maybe we just decided we weren't going to use a cube today. All right, and then I'm going to use one of these little drops, the chunkier end facing the bead that's next to it, like so. And then we're going to put this guy on. But in order to do that, I do want to make sure that the way it's going to sit, that it's going to look right? So before I put my crimp on here, I just want to kind of test this out and like maybe pull that down and see how it's going to fit, because I might want to add another bead or two underneath it, and I'll show you what I mean. All right, so if I did do this, this would end up being a crimp like right about here, and it would go in there. So I'd have this little bit of space, and that's good to have that space, right? But also when I have that space, I want to make sure that I'm not just seeing a bunch of my cord underneath, that I have a bead that's going to be right there. And it looks like I do, so that's good. So we'll go ahead and pull him off for right now. Oh, I made it kind of curly. That's okay. It'll straighten out once I put beads on it. I should not have done that. Let's see if I can make it uncurly. That's really weird that happened. Well, if you ever want to know how to make your strand curly, just pull it through a button. All right, so we're gonna manage this. It's gonna be fine. I'm putting my crimp on, and then I'm gonna put my button back on. So we're gonna go up through one hole and bring it down. And then down through the next one. And we're going to pull that down a little bit tight like that. And then I'm going to take my wire. Oh my gosh, I cannot believe I got that so curly. And then put that through my crimp. Something tells me I should have known better than to do that, but that's okay. It'll be just fine. All right, and then I'm putting it through my crimp, and I was going to try to put it through one of these beads, like this one right here. See if it'll fit through too. It may not. And if not, that's okay. Yeah, it's not going to. No. Okay. So it's not going to fit through any of those beads, but that's okay. We're going to just grab a hold of it. We'll gently pull that down and get this adjusted to where it feels right for me. So I do, like I said, I do want this like wiggle room like I have here. It almost looks like a Y, right? But I also don't want to see my crimp past my button. So I have that little bead right here, and that's going to be perfect for that. I'm not going to see that. All right, so now I just want to go ahead and crimp this little guy. And we're just going to do it the same way we did the other one. There we go. And then get on in there on its side. And now we're just going to want to walk it around a little circle like so. And then we can snip that off there. All right, so there's one side. So this is what it should look like. So imagine like that's my center, and then I'm gonna flip this over, and then here is my button. Okay, so just like that. So center, center. And now we're gonna have the other side, which isn't going to take as much because we're gonna have, most of our stuff is gonna be loop on that side, which is fine. All right, so I still do need a couple more crimp tubes here. Let's do 2, and maybe this is the side that we'll put some cubes on. Kind of make it a little different. All right, let's get my curly wire. It's really gonna be fine, you guys. Once we put wire on it, and it'll straighten out. Maybe. I wonder if I should just get a new chunk of wire. I still can't believe I did that. All right, let's cut off about we just want to measure like around my wrist because I know I'm going to need to make a loop. So right about here. Okay, got a fresh new piece of wire. All right, and let's grab our little crimp guy here, put him through our jump ring, just like before. And down, whoops, hang on to it. Down we go. All right, I'm going to come in here, crimp it. Okay, I think I got it. There we go. All right, we'll snip this off. Okay. And like I said, we're not gonna need to use as many beads for this side, just because like probably starting about here is where we're gonna want to create our loop so that it goes around. So I don't, like I said, I don't know if I really want to use the cubes or not. I know I pulled them out because I like them. I wouldn't mind getting them in here, but I kind of really like this stuff here too. Is really, really pretty. So I think we'll just kind of stick to this for now, and we'll use those cubes in another really cool design later. There we go. And then we have this big blue one. And then our flower. I just like to try to see where exactly I want to start my loop. And it looks like I could still go with one more bead like this. Let's try this. All right, so now I think I actually want to go smaller. So what we'll end up doing is we'll end up having an extra one of these guys, which is fine. And then we're going to do our little, we'll do our flower here. We'll do our little corally peach. And we're going to do this little guy. And now we're going to go into and start making our loop. It cuts off a lot of your design when you're doing a loop, but it's okay because this still like matches up, right? It's just we know that we're going to have a seed bead loop underneath, and that's going to be part of the design on that side. All right, let me put these back on the tray. Just kind of give that a little scoot. And I did not open these yet, so let me go ahead and get that open. There we go. Tape, tape, tape. Oh, come on, you. Hurry up. There we go. All right, so now we have all these really cute little matte finished beads. Love those. Oh, I do need one more. Oh, I have it right here, my crimp tube. All right, so before you do a beaded loop, you're going to want to put a crimp first. Okay, so like that. Because you're going to make your loop. And I don't know how many we need. There's no rule anywhere that tells you what you need for a button, because you know what? Every button is different, right? So what we do is we put beads on and we test it out. And we put beads on and we test it out, and we take beads off and then we test it out, and then we figure it out. That's pretty much what we do. Right. So these might be 11 O's. They just look really tiny to me. I think they're 11 O's, you guys. They're not 15 O's. I think that when I see 11 O's, I automatically think, oh my gosh, those are so tiny. They must be 15 O's. But no, these are most definitely 11 O's. I can see the hole in them, so that tells me they're 11 O's. If there were 15 O's, I wouldn't be able to see the hole. All right, so let's just go like this. I already know this is gonna be too small, but this is what I'm talking about. So I'll make a loop and grab it, like, oh, nope, I still need to do more. And you can do this with bead thread. You can do this with any kind of bead string and wire. I do really like Softflex or Beadalon for the beading wire to do this. Beadalon, more specifically the 19 or 49 strand, just because it's going to be a little more flexible than the 7 strand. But those are the ones I prefer to do stuff like this because it's just a little more flexible and you can really make a nice shape like loop, right? So, okay, now here's my loop. Now it's probably gonna be way too big. So I'm just gonna try to pull that down like this so I can hang on to it. Oh yeah, look at that, giant. We don't want it to be that big. So we're gonna take off just a couple. Okay, and then I'm gonna do this again. And that is going to be much better. Because what we're also going to do is we're going to come down here and hopefully it'll go through a couple of these seed beads. We're going to go through just 2 of them again if we can. If not, it's not a big deal. I just usually like to. No, it's not going to let me. That's okay. We'll just go through our crimp then. And before I crimp it, I'm going to give it the real true test, okay? So now that we are going to pull this down and make everything kind of like match up here. I'm going to pop this through. Okay, yep, it's not going to get stuck and it's not going to just fall out. So that's definitely a good sign. All right, and now I'm just going to hang on to this. I'm going to very carefully go in here and just pull that away from my bigger bead, not my seed beads. And I'm going to just try not to break any of my seed beads or any of my other beads and just go in here and crimp. Okay, just like that. And now we have our cute little crimp right there. And we could trim that off. I'll save that for something. And this bracelet is like super lightweight. It literally feels like I'm not wearing anything. So let's go ahead and put our bracelet on. All right, so there's the top of it. Really, really cute. And then we can just kind of travel around. This was a good one to pick. Look at how it matches that so well. All right, guys, there's the bracelet. So we're gonna wear that while we make our boots, our boot earrings. I'm just gonna scoop those up over here because you never know if we might use them. All right, so now what I was thinking was using bead stringing wire to do these as well because I thought it'd be really cool to have like this hanging from the bottom, like even maybe like this, just to kind of give it like a different look. So we might do that. But what I'm wondering is, should I use the silver or should I use maybe this copper color or what? I don't know if it's really going to matter all that much. But I think we'll do the copper. All right, so not really sure what this is all going to entail. So we're just gonna kind of like mess with it here real quick and see, because I would like to see this like that. And then like the boot on here as well. And then I don't know if want to do the heart like that? I think I kind of do. All right, so at least we kind of know what we want, right? So it looks like I'm going to want each earring to have about this much wire, and I'll measure this. And this is another like little guesstimate, you guys, just based on the size of the beads and what I think I might need them to do. So if I'm wrong, I apologize, but if I'm right, yay me. So let's go ahead and do this. And if I'm wrong, I will use those scraps, believe me, they will get used. Oh, you guys, I want to show you something really quick. My friend my friend Colleen, she sent me the cutest little gift. Never forget the difference that you make. And look, it's a little positive potato, but he's a little planter. Isn't he so cute? And look at my little flowers. So he's been sitting right next to me this whole time. I keep forgetting to show you guys. Oh, and she got me one of her little vacuums for the top of the desk. She got one and I told her how much I loved it. Well, she sent me one and I was like, oh my gosh, but that is so cool. I'll have to demonstrate it one of these days. I know she did it on her channel already and it's really cool. I couldn't believe it, but it got rid of all her like little cat hairs, which is what my problem is. See, the thing I was thinking too is like, I don't know if I want all of these on the strand. Like I might want to actually use like an eye pin for the hearts, just because I think it'll be kind of cool that it's like kind of disconnected from everything else. All right, so we have this, and now let's just put our boot on to see how that looks. See if I need anything below it or anything above it. Okay, I don't like that so close to that. All right, so maybe I really want to use this. Oh, I wonder if I should do like, there's 4, there's 5. So if we did 6 on each side, 6 of these 11 O's. One, 2, there's 3, 4, 5, and 6. All right, so now if we have 6 of those little seed beads on each side, okay, that's gonna make it so it sits kind of up a little bit. And then maybe we could bring in one of these like little flowers like we have on the bracelet. That would be really cute. So like that. And then put our boot on. And that way it doesn't look so like just that one piece sitting on top of another piece. But then that flower wants to act kind of funny. I don't know if I'm liking that. So let's kind of like scratch that for a moment. See, this is why we do it, right? Because we don't know what it's going to look like. We have no idea what that's going to look like. So we just kind of mess with it and see if we're going to like it. All right, so now let's maybe do, oh, we could probably do like, maybe 3 of these little seed beads We're just gonna try to see what sticks, guys. Let's see what makes it happen for us. And maybe we did this little flower down here on the bottom. That looks kind of cute. Look at those little seed beads like that. That's adorable. And then if we maybe did just one of these like little pink ones. Will that go through both? Probably not. That's okay. Let's just put this on and let's see. We're for sure going to use these cowboy boots. I don't care what happens. We're going to use them. Okay, that looks kind of cute. I like that. Now that I can get away with. All right, let's see how this looks on top. Or if I do want to hang that separately. I think I definitely want to do that separate. So that's going to be like on an eye pin. All right, so we have that, and that looks really adorable. So let me grab a couple crimps because we're going to need one for each. And we're still going to use silver. A squeaky little thing here. All right, and then we're going to slide one of these right on top here. Over both strands, just like that. And we're going to make a loop out of one of these. You guys have seen me do this before. I'm going to just stick that loop in here, kind of feed it into that bead if we're able to. Ooh, that one wants to sink right in, doesn't it? That's not going to be good. All right, let's pull that off for a second. So we would need something thicker there, or at least a bead on top. So let's see, we're gonna need another flower for the other side. We already know all the little glass beads are just way too small. So maybe we need to do this. And then I just feel like that looks really strange. Because you see how it's like kind of like off to the side there? You know what? We may not be able to use the wire at all. That's okay. You know, we have things, we have tools at our disposal, you guys. We have many. We're going to save that, okay? We're going to save those. We're going to put our little crimps back because we have things that we can use. It's not even a deal. Not even a big deal. All right. So let's use some 20 gauge wire because we're going to do some like little wire wrap. And I'm going to probably cut almost a foot, okay, of this 20 gauge craft wire. I'm not using German style. I'm using craft. And I'm just going to kind of warm it up with my fingers. Just kind of get it to where I can make it pliable. There we go. Nice. And then you know what? Actually, I'm kind of thinking that I could even do this now. I could put this through here. Bring the long end up. Bring the short end up and treat this like a brio. Like right here. And now I can get away with that. And we're mixing the metals, so that's even cooler. So let's do that. I'm just gonna get that a nice little wrap around. We can do messy here because, you know, it's kind of fun and it's kind of, this is like Wild West rodeo stuff, so it could be like a messy rope. And let's squish that down, and we will straighten this up. And bring that back up just a little bit here. Probably better off using your tools than trying to use your fingers with 20 gauge wire, but it was craft wire, so I thought I could get away with it, but I think I should have used my tools. It'd probably been smarter, but that's okay. We're figuring it out now. And it's okay if it kind of like wobbles back and forth, right? It kind of reminds me of like a spur, like on the bottom or the end of your boot. And I'm going to try to pull that a little more though. There we go. Let's get that up there. So even if it hangs like a square, it's fine too, but I really do prefer that it's like on the corner, but I don't think it's going to stay for me very well. That's all right. We're just going to let it go like this because it's still cool. All right, and now we're going to snip off that one piece. And squish that down. And now we got something for our boot to sit on where it's not going to go through the bottom of the bead, right? And now I'm just kind of trying to fix it, make it look right. Okay, now let's put our boot on. Okay, so that's, to me, that's better. I wonder if I should just dangle the boot. Kind of like the way this looks, though. I like the way this looks. Kind of. I mean, I don't know, like I'm not in love with it, you guys. You know what? Hold on, because we are going to use these boots, darn it. But I almost feel like I need to use the boots at the bottom. All right, we're just gonna set this aside, pull that off there. We will get this figured out. Don't you worry, we will get this figured out. Let me grab some things here. We just might have to do this in chunks. Okay, those are eye pins. I don't want eye pins, I want head pins. I do need a head pin for the bottom. Or I could just kind of bend this and just make it like a little swirly. Like so. Doesn't have to be anything major. I'm not going to do a knot because I can't do a knot with something this thick. I've tried and it doesn't work out for me. But if I just make like a little loop like this and then bend that up, let me see how that sits. Because the way this is, it might just sit kind of nice. No, that looks stupid. Okay. All right, so here we go. I've got some head pins, and we're going to use some stainless steel head pins. Probably not going to use this guy at all, which is really disappointing because I really wanted to use it, but it's fine. I'll live. And let's just put one of these little seed beads on here. And I think we'll just do like one of these little drop guys, and then put our boot on like that. And then we're going to need one more of those little drops because we don't want our wire to get lost inside of our boot. So like that. Sometimes, you guys, if I keep it easy, I have no problems. Anytime I want to like try something, I've never done this before, and then like I try it, it's not always, it doesn't always work out the best for me, but that's okay because we got to try, right? We got to try. And I bet you guys all had something in your mind that like, ooh, if you would have tried this, maybe that would have worked. So how about you put in the comments things that you think that you would have tried to make it work better. I really would like to know. So, you know, please do, because it's honestly a very helpful thing to do, and I appreciate that. So let me know in the comments what you think that I could have done that would have made that a little bit more easier on myself. All right, so let's do this little flower. Let's do our heart. Now see, now this is going to be cute. And we're just going to do this little seed bead right here, just to fill in that heart right here. And now we can take this and we're going to do our simple loop here. We got it, guys. We got it figured out now. We got this all figured out. And now let's put this one together. There's one. Grab my stainless steel ear wires. Just need two. There we go. Oh my goodness. That is cute. Okay. We got it. We got it to work, you guys. I knew we could do it. I just knew it. Okay, so let's grab our little seed bead, our cute little droppy guy, put our boot on, and we need another little droppy guy. Let's do our simple loop. Just like that. And then we need our eye pin. And we need our seed bead, our flower, our heart, and our seed bead. I'm going to save this scrap because that's a long one. All right, so let's do this. And then, there we go. And then we can roll this back over. Just like that. All right, now we can open all this stuff up and get our ear wire on it. And I can try these on for you. I'm so glad they worked out because I was getting really like, what am I gonna do? Because I really want these to be earrings so bad. Like I didn't want them to be anything but earrings. Like I was gonna make it work somehow. All right, here are our adorable cowgirl earrings. Oh my gosh, so cute. Okay, I'm gonna try this on. You saw the bracelet. Bracelet is super cute. And I'm gonna turn this around and we'll try those on for you. Okay guys, here they are. Look how adorable they are. And they're not super duper long. Not really at all, but they're really cute. Very, very lightweight. Like I don't feel like I have anything in my ears at all. But they turned out really, really cute. I'm so loving them. Oh my gosh, I hope you guys like this one. This was a lot of fun for me. And I really like that like Southwestern cowboy like feel. Like I love that. That's so much fun. So if you're not a subscriber and you want to, just go down to my description below. I have a link there. There's a coupon code to save you $10 off your first box. There's several ways that you can sign up for Jessie James Beads. I don't know if there's a month-to-month option. I can never remember, but you can do like a 3 month at a time and pay for all 3 months. You can do, and you save money each time you do that. You know, you can do a year, you can do 6 months, and you can even just do like pay monthly. So anyway, anytime I ever did like a subscription, I always just paid monthly because it just made sense for when I had money. So, and that way I knew that it was covered every month instead of like, if I had a lump sum, then I definitely could do it. But I never really ever had that. So, but if you do, awesome. All right, guys, I'm going to send you my love, and I will be back more this weekend to do some more jewelry or other fun things to do. We have plenty. So have a wonderful evening, and I'll talk to you again real soon. Bye, everyone.